What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the farm. Hey, today we have a special task to complete, and we are going to be building our loafing shed, or like our windbreak shed, for this back pasture back here where our cows are currently. I'm going to get the post set today just so we can go ahead and have those in the ground and setting so that tomorrow afternoon we can come in and weld on all of our pieces, get all of our tin put on the sides and get it done. It's going to be a quick project. But also I'm going to be building a little tool cart. I need a little cart that I could just have a basic set of tools on when I'm working here in the shop, when I'm changing the oil in the vehicles, when I'm doing stuff like that, just so I don't have to keep walking back and forth to my toolbox, which kind of now sounds like a little prima donna-ish of me, but oh well. Anyways, we're going to start with the cart. I'm going to go ahead and throw you over to Tanner from a few days ago, and we will get this cart built. And then we'll jump out here and get some work done on our shed. Let's get to work. You may not be able to see me. But here's what we need. And yeah, I know, it's nighttime, and I'm starting a video. What are you gonna do, sue me? Alright, here's what we got. I'm a Harbor Freight guy, and I saw this on sale about 6 months ago, and was like, you know, do I really need this right now? And if you've watched the channel before, you know that usually if I ask myself twice if I need something, I usually end up getting it. This is just a service cart. It's a Harbor Freight brand. I'm gonna go ahead and get this unboxed and put together. And I'll also show you a few extra things that I got as well. So here we go. That felt like it was really hard for what it was. I went ahead and picked up some tools that will kind of live in this, I'm calling it a oil change cart. Just some oil filter wrenches. We'll just put these in this drawer here. I also splurged a little bit. Picked up some of the accessories that come with this kind of branded toolbox. The first one, it's kind of ridiculous, but I went ahead and got all my accessories in red because that's my second favorite color. And it's a glove holder, so kind of magnetizes to the side like that. I don't know if you can see that, but little glove holder. Kind of wish that box fit better. Kind of thought that was the box that came with it. And also, second little accessory we got. It's just a little can holder, and screwdriver holder. So this one is gonna live right there. Couple cans of brake cleaner, and then it's got some spots for like some screwdrivers and stuff like that. I'll probably hold off on adding screwdrivers to that. So I'm gonna go and change oil and things. We'll have a little spot up there on top to put, like, you know, windshield wiper fluid, all the things that are gonna go in the truck. We'll be able to load up our tools in this little cabinet. And then we'll have gloves brake clean, everything we need. It's a pretty cool little cart. I got it on sale, and you know, I kind of wanted it since it was on sale the last time. So when I saw it on sale again, I was like, okay, I think this is the world telling me that we need this. Sweet. So I just got back from the supply store, picked up all of our metal. We went ahead and about 5 years ago, we took down a carport at my sister's house. And so we were gonna be using the 10 that was on that carport, and I'm gonna be cutting it and attaching it to this loafing shed. So I didn't have to get a ton of materials, but just enough to build the frame and everything like that. So, but today, I've also gotten the tractor over here with the auger on it. I'm gonna go ahead and dig our holes for our posts, get those set so that tomorrow we can come back and start welding all of our pieces together. But first, and you know me, I love a good mow. I need to jump on the mower and just go out where we're going to put this shed, and I'm gonna go ahead and mow just a good working area for us to be in, and also scout it out a little bit, because I know that it is very rocky up here, and I would hate to put it right on top of a shelf of rock so I don't have to throw a rock bar a ton. All right, we got our holes dug. It's not perfect by any means, but it's gonna work. So now I will go and start cutting our 4x4s that are gonna go down in this. I have a birthday party to go to here pretty soon, so hopefully I can get this done beforehand. If not, I'll just park the tractor over the top of the holes and hope the cows aren't gonna mess with it while we're gone. So I'm gonna go ahead, head into the shop, out of the wind. I swear I always pick the windiest days to do projects regardless of what time of the year it is. It is currently mid-November and it's almost 90 degrees outside. I just don't understand it. We've already had 2 below freezing snaps and there's another one coming here in a couple weeks, so I want to try to get this done before then. Right now I'm doing some mental math because our posts need to sit outside to outside 10 foot, which means I've got just enough material. So if I make a wrong cut here, I'm gonna have to either weld stuff together, which I don't wanna do, or I'm gonna have to go get another piece, which I also don't wanna do. And the way that they gave me posts is really tough because they gave me about 2 foot of in-ground material, which isn't a huge deal for something like this, but I would have liked to have put it 3 foot in the ground. I actually dug the holes 3 foot in the ground, so the hope is that I can pack material and then set those posts in and then go ahead and form them up. So I'm going to cut it 12 and 3/16. Time. Of course, it feels like that's my MO. Just running out of time on projects, but I'm gonna go ahead, go inside and get ready to go to this birthday party. And I will try this again tomorrow. Unfortunately, I didn't get the post set today, but that's okay because if I set them tomorrow right after church, I should be able to start building on them tomorrow night, maybe. If not, we'll just do it next weekend. No big deal. So I'm gonna go ahead, go get ready, and go to this party. We'll see you here, hopefully tomorrow. Hey, welcome back. It is the next week, and we are gonna continue on with our loafing shed build for our cows. What's up? Yeah, here, give me a second, okay? Because I gotta move some stuff out of the way. Okay? Bye. But I went ahead and made the executive decision to make it 20 foot wide now instead of 10, which means I had to go pick up some more materials, which included 4 more sheets of siding, 4 more sheets of roof material, and more metal. So this has become quite the project fairly quickly. But the good news is today we are going to try our best to get the post set. We have 2 more posts to set just because we went ahead and set the ones for the 10-foot post. Last week, my father-in-law came over on Sunday after church, and me and him knocked out the 4 original 10-foot posts. I just decided not to film anything. We were kind of in a hurry. We were racing against the sun, so I wanted to try to get them in the ground before the sun went down. So they are in the ground. We are currently going to go ahead and set up our angles and get everything right for the next 2 posts. So there's our 4 that we have in the ground so far. We're going to build 2 more on this side, and then we're going to set those today. Hopefully, maybe later this afternoon, I can start throwing pieces up. But I just made the executive decision because most of this material comes in 20-foot sections. Now, with that being said, I did have to buy some more materials. And it's crazy because I'm building 10 more foot, but the cost of going ahead and building an extra 10 foot or so off of the shed has actually cost me about a quarter more of the money. So it just made sense to go ahead and do it 20 foot wide. And obviously a 10 foot shed is good for maybe 4 cows, but when we have 8 to 10 out here, they're gonna be shoved in there. So the plan is to go ahead and expand this to 20 foot. And right now I'm gonna go ahead and set some string lines, go ahead and get the holes somewhat cut. And then I'll bring in my 4x4 posts in here. I'll cut it to the length that we need it, and then we'll go ahead and set those posts. But you can enjoy some time-lapse video of me trying to figure out how to add 10 foot to this shed because I'll be honest with you, me and my father-in-law, he's built tons of buildings at his place, and we struggled to get everything square and plumb. So it's not a perfect 10 by 10 square. It might be off by a few inches here and there, but it's gonna do exactly what we need it to do once it's done. So let's go ahead, go out there and get to work. I'm gonna call it a day here. I went ahead and grabbed the welder from my father-in-law's house. So it is over here and ready to go. I'm gonna try to get into it tomorrow. I went ahead and also ran into town and grabbed some feed. They went through their mineral really fast, which is interesting. So I went ahead and, I don't know if you can see it. It's a pretty sunset. Went ahead and moved their mineral feeder out here to the middle of the field. I've got the vet coming in the first week of December so I can get my vaccinations. And then we will run them over to a good buddy of mine, to his house. He's got a cattle working system, and we're gonna run our cows through the chute so we can give them some vaccinations. We can give the calves their first set of vaccinations. They'll eventually have to get another set, I think, at 8 months or so. But you want to get the first round through them within, I think it's 2 to 4 months. So it'll be a good day to meet with the vet. I'll try to relay some information that I get from him. What I'll go ahead and do now is call it a night. I've got church bright and early in the morning. And once I'm done with that, we might get back out here and get to work putting the structure together. All right, we are back at it. It is actually Thanksgiving Day here. On my end, this video isn't gonna come out until next Friday, but I hope you and your family had an awesome Thanksgiving. I have a few hours this morning, and I just decided that I'm gonna go ahead and jump out and see if I can't get a couple of our pieces cut and ready to hang up on our supports that we've put in the ground. So I'm gonna grab some supplies here in the shop and head out there and get to work. So I'm gonna wrap it up and call it a day. But also I'm gonna call it a video. Feel free to check out here in a couple weeks when I post part 2 of this. Hopefully we are finishing our loafing shed for our cows to hopefully get them through the winter and keep them from freezing. Also, next video we'll be meeting with the vet. I may not film too much of the interaction like I said earlier in the video, but I will most definitely update you with the plan that we decide for our vaccinations. So thank y'all so much for watching. We appreciate you.
taking your time out of your day to watch these videos. Cows are nice and happy, and they will be much happier when the shed is done. So like we say around here, y'all keep putting one foot in front of the other and don't get caught at the crossroads. See you.